Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 7th, and today I've just been enjoying the weather, the sunny day, making a cup of coffee and taking my time, waking up and feeding myself and resting. That's something that I forgot how to do, and I'm so glad that I'm becoming more self-aware in that way, to really take time for myself and not feel guilty about that either. So I thought I'd make a little video of just a little bit of drumming and meditation and just a reading. This is as much for anyone as it is for me. It's kind of my accountability of doing this, because I get really distracted really easily. I have crystals everywhere and all these awesome books that I love, and then I see a pile that needs cleaning and stuff. So when I have a day off, it's really hard for me to focus on something. So it's really good for me to make a video, because I stick with it. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kat. I'm a farmer. I practice shamanism, and I recently just started my own business called 4 Arrows Education and Healing. And really my purpose in that is just to spread awareness in nature and its signs, and how we can take care of our planet, and just showing more love and appreciation and awareness, and how to maintain healthy balance for us and the plants and the rocks and the animals and everything. I'm learning as much as anyone else, and I just care a lot, so I want everyone to care a lot too. So before we start, I'm going to spray this cool concoction I made. It's with a bunch of crystals. I'm going to be offering this as a product very soon, probably in the summer solstice. It has peridot. Oh, I can see myself. It has peridot, amethyst, garnet, quartz, jasper. It's really selenite, really grounding, meant for sacred space, holding space for yourself, clearing, kind of like a liquid smudge, if you will. So I love to spray this on me in the morning, at night. I need a little refresher. It's really great. So, yay! Sacred space, 4 arrows. So, I love drinking herb water in the summertime. It's so delicious, but it always gets stuck in my mouth. The herbs. I have basil and lemon verbena in here. Cool. So let's do an animal reading. I got Bat for the new moon, which is awesome. All about rebirth. Hey, Bat. So I'm really feeling that, and bats really they're nocturnal, and they use sound, to live. And I'm really exploring sound a lot, and its energy, and I'm also obsessed with like ancient cultures, ancient ways of being, and sound is something that I feel was heavily practiced and sought after in the human's way to connect with themselves and the planet. And that art is kind of coming back, and I'm just all about it. Hi, Mama. Just coming by here, her tail's up. That's her way of saying hello. Hey, Mama. Alright. I have these animal medicine cards. I'm obsessed with them. They're so powerful and delightful. So today, we say hello to I got Bat. If you weren't watching, I was totally shuffling. I did not. This isn't. The universe is here. It's all around us all the time. This is just a perfect example of how connected we can all be when we just tap in. And, you know, I do that by talking out loud sometimes, or just like really, you know, being in my imagination. But yeah, we got Bat. So cool. This number is 42 in here in the book. So awesome. Love these little moments. Bat, rebirth. I guess there's more that Bat needs to say and that I forgot to mention. We're listening, Bat. Sacred Bat flew to me from the darkness of the cave. Womb-like reflections, answer it gave. Birth, death, rebirth, cycles of the whole, never-ending, just eclipse, the journey of the soul. Steeped in the mystery of Mesoamerican tribal ritual is the legend of Bat. Akin to the ancient Buddhist belief in reincarnation in Central America, Bat is a symbol of rebirth. The bat has, for centuries, been a treasured medicine of the Aztec, Toltec, Tolucan, and Mayan peoples. Bat embraces the idea of shamanistic death. The ritual death of the healer is steeped in secrets and highly involved initiation rites. Shaman death is the symbolic death of the initiate to the old ways of life and personal identity. The initiation that brings the right to heal and to be called shaman is necessarily preceded by ritual death. Most of these rituals are brutally hard on the body, mind, and spirit. In light of today's standards, it can be very difficult to find a person who can take the abuse and come through it with their balance intact. The basic idea of ancient initiations was to break down all the former notions of self that were held by the shaman to be. This could entail brutal tests of physical strength and psychic ability, and having every emotional button pushed hard. Taunting and spitting on the initiate was common and taught him or her to endure the duress with humility and fortitude. The final initiation step was to be buried in the earth for one day and to be reborn without the former ego in the morning. This ritual is very similar to the Night of Fear practiced by natives of Turtle Island. In this ritual, the shaman-to-be is sent to a certain location to dig his or her grave and spend the night in the womb of Mother Earth totally alone, with the mouth of the grave covered by a blanket. Darkness and the sounds of animals prowling quickly confronts the initiate with his or her fears. As the darkness of the grave has its place in this ritual, so does the cave of Bat. Hanging upside down is a symbol for learning to transpose your former self into a newborn being. This is also the position that babies assume when they enter the world from the womb of woman. Oh, wow. That's cool. If Bat has appeared in your cards today, it symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of some way of life that no longer suits your new growth pattern. This can mean a time of letting go of old habits and of assuming the position in life that prepares you for rebirth, or in some cases, initiation. In every case, Bat signals rebirth of some part of yourself or the death of old patterns. If you resist your destiny, it can be a long, drawn-out, or painful death. The universe is always asking you to grow and become your future. To do so, you must die the shaman's death. Thank you, Bat. That was awesome. Totally feeling Bat's energy, and a friend of mine got Bat a couple weeks ago in one of our kids' circles. Hi, Mama. And we were reading Bat, and when she was reading it to me, it reminded me of this ritual that I practiced with my apprenticeship group that we did together. It's called, oh my god, it's called dismemberment. and it's really interesting. It's really, really interesting, and that to me was my shamanic death. And I think we die all of the time in certain ways. I won't get into that right now, but we did this and it was really cool. I will share my dismemberment. I was dismembered a few times in different times, but once was by wolves, just shredded apart, and then you're remembered. So, you know, you're dismembered, you're dismantled, you're getting rid of old patterns, old parts of yourself that you want ripped out of you that you don't need anymore, and then you're remembered. I think the wolves put me back together, or maybe it was one of my spirit guides, and then, you know, other people had things like birds making their bodies again, water making their bodies again. So it's this very much in a journey where you're in a different realm, imagining you're, you know, but it's kind of just flowing through you in a shamanic journey. So you're put back together with these new patterns, these new ways that you want to be living your life, these new ways of being. And right now, I think a common theme for us all is kind of just being like we're already in the success that we want to be in, and acting in that frequency. And that idea kind of results in you kind of embodying what you already want and what you want to have be something in your life. You know, that could be anything. For, you know, you want to eat healthier, get up a little bit earlier in the morning and make some breakfast for yourself and pack your lunch and make something really good for yourself. You know, eat little meals, get your metabolism going. Just examples, just saying stuff. So thank you, Bat. That was awesome. I'm hoping to do some dismemberment soon with some friends. It's a really great way to ritually get rid of old patterns, and a common theme in my life that I practice that is very tied in with shamanism. And I just think in general, as a rule of thumb in nature, is you have to do the work. Things don't just like happen, you know, just because